Let's bring more positivity into the room. Standing strong with Waylon Myers. You are worth it. Stay strong. Together we can overcome anything. Anxiety, depression, victim of bullying, trouble with eating disorders, struggling with your weight, interviewing people around the globe with their hard times with these events in life, and letting you know you're not alone and you're worth it. I'm Waylon, and we are back with another amazing guest, Jason Myers, for the 52nd episode of Standing Strong with Waylon Myers. Now, before we get started with this episode, be sure to go back and watch last week's episode with Tyler Peters. We had a good conversation and shared incredible tips, as this is what this show is all about, to help people and let them know they are not alone. It feels so good to be back doing this show again. It won't be possible without your support. Summer is approaching soon, and I can't wait for warmer weather to come. All right, now on to the guest for this week. Jason is my cousin who lives in Florida. He was in the army, loves playing video games, being with his family, riding his jet ski on the water, and most importantly, enjoys working out in the gym. So sit back and enjoy this episode of Standing Strong with Waylon Myers. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 52nd episode of Standing Strong with Waylon Myers. Please welcome at this time, Jason Myers. What's up, Jason?
Oh, just another day in Florida.
That's good. I'm sure the weather is amazing there.
It is. It's about 90 something.
Nice. It's about 75 there. So not too bad. So now, explain a little bit about yourself to the viewers, please.
Well, I'm 42 years old. After I graduated high school, I decided to join the Navy. So I spent 6.5 years in the Navy, and then when I was out, I didn't like the outside world, so I decided to go back in. So
Right.
I tried to go back in, but they weren't accepting prior service at the time. So I had to switch. So I switched to the Army. And I did 8.5 years in the Army. I've got 3 sons, all boys, yep. They're all teenagers. One will be 20 next month.
Nice.
And then I have a 15-year-old and a 14-year-old.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, anxiety and depression, I'm sure, was a fight in your life as well. Explain to us what it was like being in the Army and the struggles you faced during your time there and how you managed to get by.
Well, yeah, I mean there is a lot of stuff going on in the Army. Uh I don't know, you just have to keep your head high every time. Uh I mean it's just like any other job, honestly, except for you're on call 24/7.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean there is depression and there's homesickness and all that stuff like that. But I mean, you get through it. I mean, I I'm a big fan of music, so music really just kept me sane for the most part. And knowing that I would go home and be able to see my kids, I mean, that also just helped me get through the day. I mean, you can't really go through a day being uh depressed or whatever because then everybody will be asking you questions and they'll be asking you if you need some help with something and no, I'm good. I like to keep to myself a lot, so I mean, that's just how I've always been.
Now, what advice do you give people who wants to get in the army and the willpower they need to succeed?
uh, I mean, the army nowadays, I mean, it's easy. Uh, it's way easier than when I was in. It's very laid back now. There's not a whole lot of things that you can't have. Like tattoos was a big thing. If you had visible tattoos, they kicked you out.
Wow.
But now you can have tattoos and uh like dress code. They're real lax on the dress code now.
Mhm.
Uh, like hairdos, you don't have to have a certain haircut or whatever. Makeup, if you wear makeup, nails. Females had it. Females got it real good now. They can do anything with their nails and makeup. And before they used to only could have like one color, and it'd be like real bland or like a brown or a beige or a light pink or white or whatever. But they couldn't have anything fancy. Now they can have anything. It's just the army is real relaxed these days. If I could go back in, it would just be like a real breeze for me. Because when I first got in, you you weren't having your hair all messed up.
Uh-huh.
You weren't having big old sideburns or having beards and without any repercussions. So I mean, if anybody wants to join the military, I mean, all power to him. Um, Basic training, it's all a mind game. It's not as hard as it was when I went through, but I mean, still, I mean, it's still physical and it really messes with your mind because you're always, I don't know how early they wake up now, but we'd go to bed at like, let's say 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then we'd be up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning,
Wow.
uh, to get ready to, go to, the morning, physical training session. But I mean, if people want to, I mean, I'd say the army would give people physical strength and mental strength. To me, when I first joined the military, which was '99 in the Navy, to me, I thought the Navy boot camp was harder than it was in the Army. Um, because back then they could put their hands on you. Nowadays, yeah, there's none of that, and they have things called stress cards now where people will be like, "Oh, I can't handle this. I got to stop or whatever. I need a break." Yeah, you weren't doing that back then. Um, but yeah, I mean, you always have to think in your head, "Oh, I might get deployed, might not get deployed." In the Navy, I did get deployed twice. One time it was just we call it a Navy cruise. It's 6 months we spent in Europe and a different ports in Europe that we went to. Um, Seasickness? No, I didn't get no seasickness. Um, our ship was in typhoons and stuff like that. We were walking on the walls. I mean, I mean, you see a lot of people that got seasick and throwing up all over the place. It wasn't
Yeah.
fun to watch, but it was. Um, Sleeping quarters on the ship, of course, not very comfortable. In the army, I got deployed twice. Once to Afghanistan and once to Iraq. So I mean, I've been through some stuff. I've wit I've seen friends of mine they lost their lives, of course. There's depression that comes with that. Um, because I mean, it was somebody you were just talking to just an hour ago, and then guess what? You find out that you ain't gonna be talking to them anymore. Um, the ceremonies are real sad, and they really make you think about your life and make you cry, of course, because I mean, it is a sad ceremony. I'm emotional when I need to be. Um, in the army, I was on a convoy, and our Humvee hit an IED, and truck blew up. Uh, I didn't really get injured per se, but I do have a scar where if shrapnel would have not skipped my main vein in my arm, I would have bled out. But the way they train you is, I mean, adrenaline is pumping, of course, when you're getting blown up. I mean, truck is rolling and you're flying everywhere.
Mhm.
But I mean, I do have a scar, but other than that, I mean that was when the war was really going on. I mean, you can't really say that we're really at war now. I mean, of course, there's conflict in Ukraine and all that overseas, but I mean, it's not like it used to be.
Right.
So, I mean, if people want to join the military, I mean, go ahead, join the military. I say all the power to you because, I mean, it is a good experience. I wouldn't change anything. I enjoyed my time. I did 15 years, um, shy of 16, but I mean, I had fun.
That's good.
You just got to make it the best you can.
Absolutely. Now, people get hard on themselves due to the fact that our economy is falling apart. What tips of advice do you give to get their minds back on track and the changes you would like to see?
The changes I would like to see in the economy right now.
Yeah.
Um, this inflation has to stop for serious. Um, because I can tell you in Florida, it ain't like in Pennsylvania where you're at. Rent ain't really expensive in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But down here, to get like even a one bedroom, it's over $1,000 a month.
Wow.
Um, two bedroom, you'd be lucky $1,800 a month. It's the economy is just crazy. I mean, I'm just waiting for the economy to finally collapse so
Yeah.
that the housing market can get back to where it's supposed to be. I mean, houses that we could buy in Pennsylvania, let's say a nice four bedroom, three bath house, like maybe like 200,000 up there. Down here, yeah, no, 500 to $1 million.
Wow. Crazy.
It's it's crazy. I mean, I just say people just need to get out there and work. I mean, I know a lot of people just don't want to work
Mhm.
because pe jobs don't want to pay to equal out to what the economy is. I mean, I mean, of course, I mean, I make $20 an hour, but still, that ain't enough to really survive and have like any fun. I mean, you're just paying bills and paying your car note and paying rent. I mean, It's ridiculous. I'm just waiting for the economy to collapse because I mean that's where it's headed. It's going to collapse because the government is just they're not really looking out for Joe.
Mhm.
They're just looking out for themselves. And I mean, when I started working, when I was like 15 years old,
Yeah.
I was making like four something an hour. And shoot, and I thought that was a lot of money. But
Uh-huh.
$20? No. I mean, I'm just hoping that I get promoted soon so I can make more money so that I can give my kids what they want without like hesitation, be like, oh, I got to cut this bill or whatever. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't want to just survive. I want to be able to live comfortably. So I'm not
Absolutely.
worrying about anything.
Right. 100%. Now, every day, someone is getting bullied badly. It's a shame how much hate is in this world. Like, I was bullying all my life, and I continue being strong. Did bullying ever happen to you? And what tips would you give to people who are getting bullied?
Honestly, I think everybody has been bullied in their life
Hmm.
at one point. Um, let's see. I wasn't always 6'1".
Yeah.
Um, my growth spurt didn't happen until 11th grade. So I was a small guy. I was like 5'6", and freaking everybody was towering over me. I was a 5'6" skinny twig.
Hmm.
Um, but I went to church, and funny story with that one. Okay, so I didn't really go to church. My sister invited me to church one day for a youth group.
Hmm.
So I went. I thought nothing of it. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, sure, I'll go, whatever. So I went, and all the kids my age and the youth group teacher, Sandy. Her name was Sandy Marinelli. I love her to this day. She was great. She's had a great influence in my life. But they were all welcoming, and they treated me like I was a person, like I belonged where I was,
Yeah.
and I felt welcome and loved. So I continued to go, and on my 16th birthday, I was baptized. So I mean, I didn't let bullying really get to me because I had the church and my friends in the church. So I mean, there was no bullying in the church. Uh, so I mean, I made great friends, and when 11th grade hit, I shot up to 5'11", close to 6 foot, and everybody treated me differently. Like because I was small, I was easy to be picked on. I mean, it just it opened my eyes to the way that kids back then were. Um, I don't know how they are now. My kids were homeschooled. I didn't put them in public school, so they didn't really get bullied. Um, because my oldest, he's 20. He'll be 20 years old next month, but he has autism. So we didn't really want to put him in school
Right.
because he's slow, and I mean he's smart. He's
Yeah.
really really smart, but he's not um book smart. He wouldn't survive in a classroom setting. He would lose his mind because he can't sit still. I mean that's just autism for you.
Yeah.
My middle child, there's like nothing wrong with him. but we still didn't put him in school because we saw how homeschooling was really working for Antonio. That's my oldest, Antonio. Um, my middle child, his name is Lucas, and yeah, we didn't put him in school. Now, my third child, Jaden, oh boy, he's special. He's definitely got autism and ADHD. He's got all that. He's ADD, ADHD. But I mean, I love him to death. I love all three of them. They are part of me. So I mean, their mother and I, we're not together. The kids don't live with me, but I do get to see them. Like today, I just saw them today before I just came on the interview with you. So I
Awesome.
mean, we went mini golfing and went to breakfast and walked around the mall a little bit. But I mean, bullying, I mean, just keep your head high, people. I mean, go find a different avenue to event to. Go to maybe church ain't your thing. Try to find like a boys and girls club. Just find a group of people that you can get along with and that will welcome you and treat you like the person that you want to be treated as.
Absolutely. I agree. Now, being stuck in the house all day doesn't help people. It's the top reason anxiety happens. Now, you jet ski as something you love to do, or even go to the gym. What advice do you give people to get out of the house and explore hobbies and activities?
I mean, yeah, you hit it right on the mark. I do love going to the gym. That is like my biggest outlet for coping with everything. I mean, it's like work. If I'm working 2 to 11, I work at Walmart. So and I'm in charge of unloading all the trucks. So I mean, it is a very physical and demanding job, and everybody's eyes are on you. So I mean, before I go to work, I like to just go to the gym, work out, just to get my mind straight for the day to come. But I mean, I'll go to the movies with my girlfriend, go out to eat, um, play video games. I mean, play video games with somebody that you know. Ask your friends. I mean, a lot of people ain't gonna admit they play video games, but 9 times out of 10, they're playing video games.
Yeah,
So, I mean, all you gotta do is just ask people. Don't be afraid to speak to somebody. Um, I mean, I'm sure people feel intimidated if they're talking to somebody that they usually don't talk to, but I mean, you just have to put your voice out there. You just have to let people know that you have interests, and if they have interests, maybe you guys can become friends. I mean, people make friends in the weirdest ways. I mean, just go out, go for a run, I mean, you might meet somebody that you while you're running, hey, let's join up, let's run together. I mean, it's just you have to get out there. You can't stay in the house all day long. It's just gonna mess with your head and just make you feel lonely and anxious. I mean, and that's when bad things happen, and you don't want the bad things to happen. So just get out there. Don't let society um paint a picture of you. You paint the picture of society. Not Don't let society paint that picture.
yeah, absolutely. Now, what tips would you recommend for someone who is struggling with eating disorders, their weight, or attitude towards a healthy lifestyle? Because it is a hard thing to do.
I mean, I never really had an eating disorder. I mean, I love to eat. I
Hmm.
will eat like crazy.
Me too.
But I have a high metabolism. Well, I used to have a really high metabolism. Now I'm gaining the weight, and but it's probably because I've been going to the gym as well. But I mean, eating disorders. I mean, I know it's people call it a disease. I mean, it's not really a disease. It's basically, man, that's a hard question, man.
Yeah.
I haven't really known a lot of people with eating disorders. Um, I believe my sister had one whenever she was younger. Like she would eat food and then, of course, go to the bathroom and get rid of it.
Mhm.
But I mean, people just gotta talk to people, let people know what's going on in your life. I mean, people use food as their outlet, their go-to. They're just going to keep eating and eating and eating because, I mean, if they sit around all day, I mean, what else is there to do except for
Right.
eating? So, I mean, if you're active, I mean, like say go running, you're not going to want to eat because, I mean, you're just going to want to really just drink water. I don't recommend if somebody is like on the verge of being overweight or whatever. I don't recommend anything with sugar like sodas and teas and whatever. Tea has a lot of sugar. Coffee has sugar. I mean, I've never drank coffee a day in my life. I can tell you that. Um, I've never smoked a day in my life. Uh, I just like to be healthy. Because sure, I mean, everybody's gonna say, yeah, my body, my temple. But yeah, but do you want to be on a ventilator when you get older? Do you want to have like back problems? They're always going to the hospital for something that's wrong. Me, I don't like hospitals, so why would I want to put myself in that situation to where I would eventually end up in a hospital?
Right.
Um, but yeah, my girlfriend just got home. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would say with people with eating disorders.
Yeah. And now the final question. Faith is something everyone should have more of in this world. You get people turning on each other over believing or not believing in God. How do you look at it in your view, and what tips do you give people out there to keep their faith strong no matter the negativity that follows?
I mean, faith is everybody's own thing. Everybody's going to believe in something. I mean, I believe in God. I'm not going to preach it, or I'm not going to just say I'm going to church all the time because I'm not. I don't go to church. I don't think a person really has to go to church. I mean, you just want to believe in something. If you believe in something, I mean, it's just going to make you just, I don't know, the what I'm trying to say. I've always believed that God is real.
Mhm.
I'm sure there are many gods. I mean,
Yeah,
there is no justification for just one God. I mean, everybody has their own gods. Like the Muslims, they have theirs, and I've even went to a Muslim service when I was in Iraq. I mean, it didn't seem very much different. I mean, they do it differently for sure, yes, but they still believe that there's a God. They just don't call him Jesus Christ or anything like that.
right.
But yeah, I mean, as long as somebody has faith, I mean, you got to have faith in something.
Absolutely. That's 100% true. Is there anything else that you would like to suggest or tell people what any advice you have for them to always stay strong and to always believe in themselves?
I mean, just be active. Tell people, go for a run, go to the gym, go meet somebody. Don't just stay in the house and
Absolutely, I
be
agree.
nervous about life and or anxious. I mean, that's when people start doing the wrong thing. Stay away from drugs. I mean, it's just the basic stuff you were taught as a kid. I don't remember
Absolutely.
how old you are, Waylon, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm
yeah,
gonna be
30. Okay.
31 soon.
Yeah,
Yep.
30.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I know you were picked on when you
mhm,
were younger. I mean,
yeah.
it is just everybody's gonna pick on somebody. Did I pick on anybody? I picked on somebody when I was younger, but it was stupid. I regret it. I
Hmm.
mean, it wasn't. It didn't make me a better person.
Hmm.
No, but I mean, yeah. So I mean, that's why I pretty much joined the military because I just wanted to see who I was.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, everyone, this wraps up the interview with Jason. I hope you all enjoy this episode and learned something from his tips and advice that he shared. Until the next episode, remember your life is worth it and you can do anything that you set your mind to. Remember, stay strong and go out and live your life the way you want to live it. Until next time, I will see you. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Standing Strong with Waylon Myers. Follow the show on Facebook, Standing Strong with Waylon Myers, on Instagram and Twitter at _Waylon Myers on TikTok, Waylon_Myers, and for everything Standing Strong with Waylon Myers, visit the official YouTube channel at youtube.com/Waylon Myers. Until the next time, stay strong.